Hi guys, you're welcome to Big Beauty and you're welcome to today's video. So in today's video, we're going through a simple makeup tutorial and we want to learn how to shade and highlight the face. When it comes to shading and highlighting the face, it's basically covering up areas that you do not want to show and also highlighting areas that you want to show off. So that is why shading is more of covering up the areas you do not want to show on your face, while highlighting is more of emphasizing on areas that you would love to show off more in your makeup look. So, and most of the time it starts with the forehead, which when it comes to shading starts with the forehead, with the chin, with the cheeks, the jawline and everything. We want to hide it and look a little bit much more slimmer when it comes to that area, while the highlight area is more of contouring. Yeah, it's not so it's not contouring, concealing. So it's more of concealer work, more in the T-zone area, the what did you call the arch of the eye, the arch of the eyes, and so on. So those are the areas we want to highlight, and we also have products that help in doing that. When it comes to shading, we have the contour and the bronzer. It helps with the shading. And when it comes to highlights, we have the concealer, we have the setting powder, and we also have the highlighter. So we're going to go through how to use everything, all the products in today's video, and hopefully today's video will help you to know how to shade and highlight your face. Give to have this overall cinched face, slimmer face, well contoured face, if you know what I mean. So basically giving your face a shape. Yeah, giving your face a shape. That's what we're going to be doing in today's video. So when it comes to shading and highlighting the face, I believe we need some tools to help us, and they involve brushes and makeup sponges and so on. But we're going to be starting with the shading first. To shade the face, we need these tools. We need these three tools, and this is the contour brush, which if you pay attention, it's a little bit dense and a little bit slanted to the side. So this is more of a contour brush, and this is more of like blending the contour, the contoured area of the face. It's much more dense than a little bit maybe can I call it square to rectangle kind of shape. Yeah, so this is for application, which is much slanted, and this is for blending, which is a little bit close to being square. So we need that. And this is a bronzer brush, which we're going to be using to also shade the face, and we're going to be placing it right on top of the contour. So we're going to be going through all that, and so these are the tools for shading, so please pay attention to that one. So, and when it comes to highlighting, we have this brush, which is more of a concealer brush. So this is very great for blending the concealer and all. So this is the concealer brush for blending, and it's a little bit dense and round. And this is also a concealer brush for application, should in case your concealer comes in a pump. So you can easily just pump it at the back of your hand, use it to pick at the back of your hand, and then apply in areas that you want to highlight. So this is also a concealer application brush. And we have this is more of a setting powder application brush, more of using it to set your concealer after application. And we have this, which is the highlighter brush, also slanted but a little bit flat, not as dense as the other slanted brush that I showed you earlier for shading. This is more for highlighter, so we're going to get into using it today. And we also have this flat brush but a little bit angled. We call it angled brush. This is also great for the arch of the brows, just to highlight that area. We like to emphasize on that area as well, and sometimes we use concealer and highlighter, so you can use both, or sometimes just one is enough. So we're going to be going through that today. And we also have the powder puff, also very great in highlighting the face. We use this with the setting powder or your finishing powder, and it's very great for the under eye. It helps to rightly place the setting powder right underneath the under eye, and it hides the hollows right underneath the under eye. So this is very important. It's so affordable, but the result that you achieve in your makeup routine is it's much more than the price of the puff. So that's very important. So these are the tools that you need for highlighting the face. And then because I'm very old fashioned, I also use my beauty blender when it comes to shading and highlighting, just because the sort of beauty blender are very great in blending and yeah, a seamless finish blending. So after using the brush for the application to apply and to slightly blend it, you can just use the beauty blender to finish it off, just to give that smooth seamless blending. So some do use it and some don't, but I'm going to be using it because that's just my own way of applying makeup. So I'll be using it. So don't be dismayed or confused. You can also use your beauty blender, and it's already wet. Always ensure that it's wet before using it. It performs better when it's wet. All right, so now that we're done with the tools, we also need to know about the products. So when it comes to shading, the product that you need is a contour, either cream or powder, whichever form you want. But in today's video, we're going to be using cream. Some come in liquid as well. So the most common one is the cream and liquid, because they kind of are they have more control. You kind of, it's when it's cream, you're able to achieve more chiseled face, if you know what I mean. So you have more control in that area. And this is a contour palette, which is from Makeup Revolution in medium dark. So you can use the concealer and the contour. So the darkest shade from here, there, the dark shades are more for contouring, while the light shades are more for highlighting, which is the concealer. So while we're still shading the face, we also need a good bronzer. I love my bronzer. I barely use contour anytime, except probably I'm going to any special location and I really want that chiseled slim face. Then I go for concealer, for contour, and then and a bronzer. But usually my everyday look is bronzer. Bronzer is just enough for me for my everyday look. So I'm going to be incorporating it in today's video as well. I believe you need a bronzer just to set everything, to set your contour. After application of your contour and your setting powder and everything, you should also use your bronzer to also put the concealer the contour in place. And it's very, very great in adding warmth to the face, adding shape to the face, and the overall look is always very bomb. So this is very great. It's a bronzer, and this is how it looks like. And it's also by Pretty Little Thing. So Pretty Little Thing powder bronzer, and that's what we're going to be using in today's video. So another product that I believe we need when it comes to highlighting is this. You need your concealer, and always ensure that your concealer is 2 shades lighter than your normal foundation. With that, you're able to emphasize the areas that you want to show off more in your makeup look, and you're also able to brighten, which is more why it is which is why it is very great in emphasizing. So it brightens the face, it conceals any dark circle, any imperfection, and everything. But I also think you need a color corrector as well. Color corrector will do most of the job for you before the concealer. You can just use the color corrector to correct any dark circle under the eyes, dark spot, age spots, sunburn on the face and everything before placing your foundation and before your concealer. So you also need a good color corrector in your shading and highlighting makeup routine. So and we're going to be going through how to use it in today's video. So finally, when it comes to highlighting the face, I believe you also need a setting powder. Setting powder is just very great for your concealer. It helps your concealer to stay in place. It delays oil production, and it also brightens as well. Again, 2 shades lighter than your normal foundation shade, just that matches your concealer. If you pay attention, you see that my concealer and the setting powder, they're very close in shade. So that's very important. This is by Makeup Revolution, and it's called banana setting powder, and it's in banana light. So if you want to go that way, it's very great for brightening, for highlighting, and drawing more attention to certain areas of the face. So you need this setting powder to highlight the face, and the setting powder is usually used on the T-zone area, your forehead, under the eye, your chin, and the nose, and so on, and you're good to go. So we're going to be needing that as well. And also, it's good to know that when it comes to shading and highlighting your face, you also need to pay attention to your nose as well. So you need to shade your nose, highlight it, and make it look a little bit much slimmer, pointed, and well put together, cinched. Yeah, a well cinched nose. You need that in your highlighting and shading makeup routine. So it's good to pay attention to that. All right, so finally, another product that I believe you need when it comes to shading and highlighting in any of your makeup routine is a good moisturizer. You need a good hydrating moisturizer as a base for your makeup, and you also need a serum as well. So hyaluronic acid serum is just enough for hydration. It attracts hydration to the skin, and it also helps your skin to hold on to moisture and so on. So it attracts moisture to the skin and help the skin to hold on to moisture. So it plumps the skin, giving your overall look a very youthful look. And your moisturizer along with your serum, they kind of mix with your makeup products from your foundation to your concealer and everything, and because of that they just sit well, which is why your skincare routine is very important, either nightly or morning. So I'm sure some of us do it both in the morning and in the night. Those routines are very important. So morning skincare routine and night skincare routine they are very important for your makeup to sit well. So it's very important to take care of your skin and everything before you dive into makeup. Otherwise, it won't. Your makeup might not come out as good as you want it to be, because a good skin is very important. It's a beautiful canvas for makeup to sit. So so when it comes to prepping, you start with your serum first, and then going with your moisturizer. So that's how you apply it. And then finally, another product that I believe you need is your eye cream. It's also a moisturizer, and your eye cream is very important because they're not as intense as face cream, so they're much lighter and gentle for the skin on the eye, which is the under eye skin and the top lid skin. I put on both on the under eye and the top lid, just because the skin is very thin and very sensitive. So it's very good to go for eye creams instead of just your face cream alone. So a good eye cream to prep your eyes and everything, and your under eye, your concealer will sit well, your eyeshadow will sit well, and you know you're nourishing your skin while looking beautiful. So I mean, these hydrators, they're very important in any shading and highlighting makeup routine. Another product that I believe you need in your shading and highlighting makeup routine is a good primer. So you need a good primer after the application of your serum, your moisturizer, and your eye cream. So you need to apply your primer to create like a beautiful canvas for your makeup. So you need this in your shading and highlighting routine. All right, so now that we've gone through the shading and highlighting 101, beginner friendly, not too in depth, but at least enough to get you started. So let's go into the application. How do we apply? Come with me. All right, so now that the skin is well prepped, we've had a few sips of water just to keep the hydration going within as well as hydrating the skin as well. So now that we've done all that, I'm going to be moving straight to foundation, but I'm not going to show you the foundation routine in today's video just because we're talking more of shading and highlighting. Just note that shading and highlighting comes after foundation. Some people do not do that. They start with their shading before moving to foundation and highlighting. The routine is very different with everyone, which you have the freedom to do that as well. But in my own makeup routine, I believe that's the way I do it, and I believe it's honest to bring it to you that way as well. So I'll be going through my foundation routine first. I'll do my brow and everything, and then we can start with the shading and highlighting. All right, so I forgot to mention this tool. You also need a flat brush like this that is squared like this to also contour your nose as well, just to give your nose a shape here. So that's very important in any shading and highlighting routine. So this is an important tool as well to incorporate. And I'll link all this product for you below should you be interested in investing in them to achieve a gorgeous, well highlighted and shaded face. So you need to make sure it's very close to the bridge of the nose. So it's good to go over your contour this way, without you have less harsh lines and everything. Everything will just be all put together, well blended in. Another good tip you need to hold on to when it comes to highlighting your face with your concealer is to wait a few seconds after applying the concealer, meaning after placing the concealer in key areas of the face. Wait a few seconds before blending it in. With that, you get more out of your concealer. It becomes a little bit thickened, so you have more control. It gives that full coverage vibe that you need. So All right, so going over the contour with the same contour brush. I haven't dabbed anything inside it. I'm just using whatever is left over just to tidy up and make sense out of what we've just done. So going over the area where it has been applied again, just to merge it in with the concealer. So doing the same thing to the nose as well. All right, so now that we're done with the creams and all, so let's start with the powder. So I'm going in with my setting powder. So this one is my Makeup Revolution, like I said earlier, and I'll be using my my puff as well, just to put everything together. So I'm going to be grabbing a cup and I'll be pouring this inside the cup. So I'll be right back. All right, so I've managed to pour a little bit in the cup and I'll be going in with the puff. So you're basically placing it right on top where the concealer has been. And sometimes you can go this way as well if you want. Just to give the face a little bit more shape, more chiseled vibe, if you know what I mean. So, and this process is known as setting the concealer and also baking as well. So baking and setting the concealer. So when it comes to setting, you don't wait too long. So you just apply the with your powder puff and then dust it off. But when it comes to baking, you leave it for a few seconds and then you dust it off. So that's the difference. So I think I'm baking because I love to bake. Big beauty. Anyway, so let's dust it off. So you're not going to drag it, you're just tapping right on top. Something like blending. So you're placing whatever is left over right on the lid as well. And this is highlighting. I'm gonna leave this side just until after the end of the makeup. Because this side can handle more of baking than the T-zone, so I do not want it to be too dry. But if you think you can handle a lot more baking, you can go ahead, but just a few seconds is just enough for me. So, and we're done with the part of the highlighting of the face. So this is done. So let's move on to the next step. All right, so to set everything that we've got here, I'm going in with my bronzer because we've not set the contour. We need to set the contour and add a little bit more warmth to the face now that we've already shaped the face. So let's add more warmth and also to set the contour as well. So this is my bronzer brush, just tapping in. All right, so let's add a little bit more chiseled, let's say a slimmer face, just slim down the face a little bit more. So I'm just gonna tap a little here and this way and apply it this way, and that's just about it. So let's do the same thing to the nose. So using the same flat brush, so I'm going to be using it to just set the contour on the nose area. So using my setting powder brush, I'm just going to dust off all the excess setting powder in this area, the nose. You can also use it to apply your finishing powder as well. So the finishing powder also goes right on top of the highlighted and the shaded area just slightly, but we're not going to be doing that today. That'll be like another tutorial. Alright, so another product that I forgot to mention and I'll be showing you right now is your highlighter. Is also very important when it comes to highlighting your face. So after the use of concealer and setting powder, you need your highlighter to also emphasize eye points of the face where the light hits the most, just to add that glow and beautiful well lit face. So this is a sample of an highlighter. This is not an highlighter, this is a bronzer, so it's more like a palette, and highlighter palette with bronzer. So this is like a bronze highlighter, this is peachy gold highlighter, and this is rose gold. So I've been having fun with all of them. This is a bronzer, not an highlighter. So this is an highlighter, an highlighter, an highlighter. Highlighter are much, they are like very glowy. So I'm going to show you how they look. They're like metallics, so they glow. So, and the beauty about highlighter is that the less obvious it is, the better. So you just want that soft natural glow, so which is what we're going to be doing today. So usually when it comes to highlighter, it comes after blush and everything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put on my blush, I'm going to put on my eyeshadow, my lipstick and everything, and when it comes to applying the highlighter, I'll stop and apply just to show you how to apply an highlighter, and then we can conclude the today's video. And this is how you shade and highlight your face in any makeup routine. And we've come to the end of today's video. I hope you really have fun in today's video, and I hope today's video really makes sense. If it does, please give it a thumbs up. We definitely appreciate it here at Big Beauty. Do not forget to subscribe and be an official Big Beauty member. And all makeup products used in today's video are going to be linked for you below. All the makeup products and tools used in today's video are going to be linked for you below, should you be interested in investing in them and achieve this gorgeous kind of well shaded highlighted face. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.